Hi, I'm Ruth Alexander with Coldwell Banker Mountain Central. I'm teaming up today with expert licensed builder in rural Alberta, Tammy Joel with Joel West Homes. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
I know you're very familiar with the country lifestyles and living.
Correct.
We are standing here on one of the most pristine acreages in all of Calgary, in De Winton, in expertly developed Deer Creek Estates. One thing that everyone has to think about when building a home, well, there's not just one thing, there's many, but in a short video, Tammy and I are trying to bring expert tips to help you in the process of building your dream home here in the country. The two things Tammy and I are going to be covering today are your septic and your water systems. Two absolutely important aspects, if not the most important aspects, of building a home, especially in rural Alberta. Tammy, what do you have to say first of all about wells?
Okay, well, I mean, when you come to rural Alberta, if you're used to living rural farm, ranch, you're used to seeing this here as the start of a wellhead, and you know, farmers, ranchers understand that. But if you are coming from the city or haven't been living in the rural, what is that? Right? What is a well and how does it function with your home? And you know, we've briefly, these videos are so short, but briefly we're building little mini infrastructures so that your home can be self-contained. So we have water wells, and if you're doing a country residential, you also have water co-ops, and water co-op is where you just connect to the water line that's to the property line. Wells a little bit more complicated.
Right, and so why is it more complicated? I guess it's because it depends on the buyers of the property, how big their family are. Are they empty nesters? Even so, they want to think about the future value of their home and selling it perhaps to a younger family in the future. Yeah. So I know one thing that all buyers ask me when they're negotiating a sale on a rural piece of property is a well report, gallons per minute, and quality of water.
Yes. Yep.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so I mean, your well report and your gallons per minute are instrumental in when you're constructing your home. Is what is the water pressure you're looking for? What are your uses within that home? You know, just an empty nester, when you have a shower, you're not going to have the demand on the well as much as you are maybe a family of 4 or 5 and 2 or more people showering at the same time. So we may look at that time with, you know, when you're in your planning on that perfect lot is, you know, a storage system. So an on-demand pressurized system within the mechanical room of that home. And we can store, you know, let's say 100 gallons at a time or 200 gallons a minute. That's, you know, all these details that come into play, but that would actually give you the pressurized system for on-demand storage for managing a larger family. If you're an empty nester and you're looking to sell your home in the future, it's just a good thing to plan and have within your home. Quality of water, again, is another thing. We have minerals in water. Is it potable? Are you going to drink it? You know, is there iron?
Likely.
Most likely? Okay, so those pressurized system in the home also help with settling, you know, those minerals and iron and even on your fixtures and plumbing in your home. So testing that well and that water well report will tell actually the builder and the designer what kind of system do you need within your home to manage what's actually coming from that well report.
Very cool, and very important in planning, obviously. It's not as simple as just buying a lot and finding a builder. Working with a builder from rural Alberta who is familiar with this topography, the wells, as well, that segues into septic system. Tell us the scoop on poop.
I always blush when you say that. So, you know, same as if I were to revert back to being in the city, we're all ready to hook up to sanitary, sewer, and water.
It's turnkey in the city.
Absolutely.
Not so simple.
No,
in the country.
No, not as simple. So very many different variables come into that, but you know, on-site wastewater management, which is your septic system, is it going to be a field? And what does that mean? Is it going to be a mound? What does that mean? And that all depends on your professional on-site waste management designer and contractor who's building it, because they have the licensing with the province and the skill set to understand what's needed for that system based on your home design, your how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, the fixtures, the soil conditions, restrictive layer, all come into play.
Does a septic installer need to be licensed in Alberta?
They do. Yes, they do.
Interesting. There's so much information when it comes to building on a country acreage.
Yeah.
We can't possibly fit it into one video or two. So please tune in for future information, as well as give us a call. Call myself or Tammy Joel of Joel West Homes anytime if you're thinking of building in rural Alberta. Thank you so much for tuning in.